So here we have cherries, seeds, that have been run through the pulper, and most of the skin has been ripped off of most of the seeds. There are still some pieces of skin that make it through the machine. There are also entire cherry pods that make it through, like this one, that are small. Those will get sorted out later in the para or the drying phase. But what we're going to do now is we're going to use the starter culture to kick off our fermentation. So this sludge that I have here, this is fermentation water from yesterday's fermentation. So we kept a little bit of the water. You only want to keep it for one day. You don't want to keep 2 days water. But this is all the yeast and the bacteria that was in the fermentation water from yesterday. So we're going to use that, 2 scoops, 2 green scoops, in this entire bucket here as a starter culture to get the fermentation going. So we'll go 2 scoops. And then I'm going to finish it off with regular clean water. This is clean water, this is the fermentation water. And we're going to fill this up just enough so that I have maybe 1 or 2 inches of water above the main mass of beans. You don't want to put too much water in there for fermentation, because what happens is you encourage bad bacteria to grow, and you can get the onion defect if you use too much water in your fermentation. So we're just going to use, you can see this is yesterday's fermentation, and you can see that there's maybe 2 inches before the main mass of coffee there. And this allows us to peel off floaters. These are all low density, low quality coffee beans. We peel those off. That's one of the things we will do later on those. So on this one I'm just going to real quick add the clean water and then show you the floaters. Okay, so I've added clean water. We have 2 buckets of starter culture in there, and we have plenty of room here to skim off these floaters. But what's going to happen is when I stir this all up, it loosens the mass. And then the mass, you can see, piles up. So now I have to add more water. And I'll add more water, and then I'll skim off a bunch of these floaters and stir and skim and repeat 3 or 4 times to get all the as many floaters as possible. Because the floaters, again, are low density coffee beans that are low quality. The more dense beans have more complex sugars, and that's what we want.